How do? Welcome back to Edgar TV. Another major event on the horizon. I'm going to say that a lot over the next couple of weeks. The European Championships. We'll follow that up with the Grand Slam. We'll follow it with the Players' Championship Finals. And then the World Championship. So lots of big events coming. Lots of movements in the rankings. Lots to talk you through. So make sure now's the time to hit the subscribe. I've also got lots of really good original content that I'm backing up ready for the festive period when we get into dart season. So some really exciting things to look forward to here on the channel. So again, make sure you are subscribed. Today what we're going to do, we're going to look at the backwards 2 years. That's what's defending. Who is going to be not looking forward to the European Championships and who is? This video is going to be about the people moving down. If you want to know who could move up, that video is coming very, very soon. But there's going to be a little bit more movement than normal. 2 years ago, the prize money wasn't what it is now. So you'll see the prize money at the top end still the same for the final. £8,000 more now for the semi-finalists, £5,000 more for the quarters, 15 grand now to the second round players where it used to be 10, and an extra £1,500 just for qualifying for the event. Now, this was won by Ross Smith a couple of years ago, so we're going to focus purely here on the criteria which we're going to be defending against. This is £500,000. Where is that going to be defended? Who's going to be defending chunks and who's going to be defending things they can't defend? So first of all, we're going to have a look at the players that was in this 2 years ago who are not in it this year. Now, this doesn't include some people, such as Karl Sedlacek, for example, because Karl Sedlacek qualified for this, but now has a different tour card, so it doesn't count the same. It's not going to come off his rankings by not being in it this year. This is an event normally that we expect to see a lot of turnover, like the Players' Championship Finals, because it's done on a 1 year rolling system, only using the European Tour, but not as much as you'd think as we'd expect. Roby John Rodriguez, one of those players, now outside the world's top 64. Beat Gerwin Price in this event a couple of years ago before losing 10-4 to Peter Wright. £10,000 is going to come off his Order of Merit, which is going to put him in a bit of jeopardy because he's already outside the top 64 now. This is going to hurt even more. He does have the Grand Slam of darts. He reached the final of the World Cup with Menza Suljovic. That's going to counteract a bit of the loss, but only £5,000, but he needs a run somewhere if he's going to keep his card. Remember, top 64 keep hold of the tour card. Roby John looks likely to lose it at the minute, but has a lot of opportunity at the back end to still gain a bit more prize money. Jose de Sousa. Oh, I've cut that off, haven't I? I've cut it off a little bit, but yeah, you get the picture. Jose de Sousa, again losing money, £10,000, now down to world number 36. He's got people behind him playing well. They are going to chase him £10,000 for reaching the second round. Beat Martin Schindler 10-5 with an average of 105. Lost to Chris Dobie. That's what you can maybe not fully see there, because you can see my social handles. Matthew Edgar 170 on TikTok. Go give it a follow. Don't forget that. But £10,000 coming off Jose. Money dropping off him left, right and centre. He's in trouble. I don't see Jose getting back into the top 32. We did see him play well recently on a pro tour, but was that the exception? And this is more like what we expect to see. But this is the deepest runs we had. Normally when we do these, we have someone who reaches a semi or a quarters, someone who's got a sizable amount, where £10,000 is the biggest loss, and that's only from 2 players. It wasn't really a big list either in round 1. Without a shadow of a doubt, though, the biggest name casualty here, Krzysztof Ratajski. Maybe now we're going to start to see Krzysztof Ratajski qualify a little bit less for the event, certainly if he doesn't pick up his form. A couple of interesting names on here, though. Lineman, for example. How did I not see that before? That's Martin Lukeman, if you... Lineman is Lukeman. Madars Razma, now around the top 32 area. Vincent van der Voort outside the top 64, going to lose his card, going to be taking a little bit of a break from the sport, it seems. Ryan Meikle, pretty much on the cutoff in order to keep his card. So the bottom 2 there, Van der Voort and Meikle, interesting in regards to the top 64. Razma and Lukeman, not Lineman, still got ambitions to get into that top 32. Ratajski wanted to stay there. So £6,000 though, not a big loss, something that could easily be caught back up at the back end of the year. That's just a win at the World Championships, and you've more than covered that. These players, though, these are the ones that are defending the big prize money. The winner, Ross Smith, the shock winner a couple of years ago, £120,000, comes off his Order of Merit. Ross Smith needs to make a final in order to keep himself in the world's top 16. Any less than a final sees Ross Smith drop out of the top 16. Currently the world number 9, could go as low as 22 and further depending on other results. Michael Smith, the world number 2, will stay there temporarily, but he's another one who could drop out the top 16 at the back end of this year, as he is defending not only this £60,000, but then big money at the Slam, big money at the Worlds. Dobie stays in the top 16 regardless when he get his guaranteed money on top of this. So Dobie not really a mover, nor is Dirkman Divenboda. He will stay in the top 32, and that is interesting for me. £97,000 to defend at the back end of the year, but will stay in there. He averages at the moment of a player in the world top 28 position. That is a 94.09 average. And do you know what? At the moment, when we look at what Dirk's confirmed to win and what he's confirmed to lose at the back end of the year, plus the wins he'll probably get, I think that's where he's going to level off at the end of this year, around about that world number 28. But he's playing better now, and I think he's going to start going back up the rankings again. But do I see him in the top 16? I don't quite know at this point in time. He's certainly got the capabilities. Michael Smith and Ross Smith, though, two people that need something at the back end of this year. Ross Smith obviously hitting a little bit more form as of late, getting more wins on the TV. How much of this £120,000 can he defend? If he doesn't defend much of it, I don't think we're going to see him in the top 16 at the back end of the year. And that's why when I look forward to my Premier League predictions, people like Damon Heta, Dave Chisnell, people like this are quite interesting, because they don't have a lot to defend at the back end of the year, which means they could make those jumps towards that top 4 if they go on a deep run. Again, I'll explain all this in the video, and who are going to be my Premier League predictions pre-major season. Because if you think about it, Mike De Decker recently won the World Grand Prix. Before the World Grand Prix, would you have put Mike De Decker in? So there's going to be a lot of changes over the next couple of weeks and months. So this is the place to be, right here on Edgar TV. Who do you think is going to have a good European Championship? The draw, wide open. Wide open. Not playing as a draw, played as the seedings, so number 1 plays number 32, etc, etc. There's not really an open section in there, is there? Who do you think is going to have a deep run? I'll be doing my predictions, I'll be coming live, and I'll catch you soon for some more Edgar TV.